All right, you are live. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Let's introduce ourselves. Go ahead.
I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And I'm Brian Hart. And we live next door to each other, so this was really easy. Ann just came over, we set up the cameras, and we're ready to go.
Ready to rumble for our contest. It's the 15-minute meals, and we are so excited because we have some criteria. Not only are we trying to break, this is a clock right here, it's going to be a clock, trying to break a 15-minute limit, right, Brian?
Yeah, it's got to be 15 minutes or under. Which, remember, the whole reason we're doing this whole thing is every time we check our email, we hear people, oh, I just don't have enough time. How do you do this? This must take forever. All that cooking, it must be a nightmare. I'll never be able to do it. And so we really wanted to challenge that concept. So we've really...
each of us come up with a different meal to do under 15 minutes. And we have 3 criteria besides being speedy. And we've got John, who is in the chat.
I was just about to introduce John.
I'm sorry.
But before you do, I just want you to know that Brian has ruined 3 nights of my sleep because I have been so concerned about making it in 15 minutes.
And so desperately wants to win that he's been losing sleep.
It's not that much of a competition.
It's not a competition.
But,
it's all a healthy competition.
But you made me feel it's a composition.
A competition or a composition.
The composition is a competition. So we have these 3 balls out here to represent the 3 criteria. Mine.
And this one's mine. And first of all, just so you know, in the chat box tonight, we have our good friend, superstar health coach John Fitzgerald,
Plant Bro,
who's one of the Plant Bros, and he's in the chat box. And so if you have questions, put them in the chat box, and John will be able to answer them for you. Like if you're like, oh, what was that type of sauce or something, and he can try to answer it and help you out if you've got some questions that are general to sort of what we're doing. Jump in there, John. Thank you so much for doing this. Who else? What else do we?
I think that we need to let you know that Ann was so excited that we thought she couldn't wait. So she's going to go first.
Yes, but the problem is I'm going first because I don't want to see what everybody else is doing. So it puts me into desperation.
Ann is really worried. And so just so you know, the way we're going to judge this is that we decided that obviously speed is important, but as long as it's within 15 minutes, we feel like we're not really worried about speed too much. We do have our timer here that we're going to use. As soon as Ann starts, we're going to click this timer. It's going to drive her crazy. But she's got 15 minutes to produce a really healthy meal. But we need some criteria to judge. We have 3 criteria to judge tonight. And at the end, we're going to ask you all to vote. And John's going to tell us through the chat what he thinks is kind of the consensus. And so one is aesthetics, because you all know that when you eat, your hunger starts with your eyes. And so when you see a meal, it should be presented beautifully. Aesthetics is one. Nutritional variety is our second criteria, because we really want to make sure we're trying to eat the rainbow. Remember, that's our goal, is within a week, we want to try to be eating 30 to 40 different kinds of vegetables. So if we can hit 5 different types, perhaps in a meal tonight.
We're going to hit 30 or 40 in one meal.
You think so?
Well, maybe.
We'll see. The hope, again, is that if we can get at least 5 different types of vegetables, plants, we should say, grains, greens. And then the last one is ease. Is this easy, or is this super convoluted and difficult? Like, I know in my own experience, it drives me crazy when someone tells me there's a really interesting and easy recipe, and then I look at it and it involves some bizarre thing that I have to go to a specialty Asian market to pick up something. I'm never going to do that. We want it to be with stuff that you would have in your home, just basic whole food, plant-based ingredients that would allow you to throw dinner together in 15 minutes for yourself, for your family. And it's something where you can walk in the door and do it. You don't really have to think too much about it. Just have the stuff in your house that's around and knock it out. All right.
Okay. Well, Ann did ask that we have her water boiling before
that allowed me finally to go to sleep.
Yeah, Ann was able to sleep.
So the water is boiling back here, and we will give you the stage, Brian. Are the criteria clear? Are we ready?
The criteria is clear. So, Ann, are you ready?
I am.
Are you loosened up? I'm afraid you're gonna.
collapse.
You're gonna
From
collapse.
no sleep.
With no sleep. She hasn't slept in 3 days. All right, so let me get the timer up here. Ready, set, and remember, it's not a race. You've got a solid 15 minutes. Go.
Okay.
All right.
What I'm doing is pasta. And so I have figured out that I could have just used, a 16-ounce thing of pasta, but what I've discovered is that if I put all 16 in, it's not as good. So I needed to have it be half of 16, which is 8. And I discovered this rotini made from chickpeas by Banza. So I'm going to use this. Brian, I know it might be a little too fine, and anybody could use just any pasta, just use 8 ounces. And so what I'm going to
you
do,
put it in because it's boiling.
no, I'm not ready to do that yet. What I want to do is, first off, I'm going to put in a pasta sauce, and my pasta sauce is going to get warmed up. Now, I am very particular about pasta sauce with no oil, and so Whole Foods makes a fat-free marinara, but I discovered something by Delano, how do you pronounce that?
Delalo.
And I am going to,
We're over a minute in almost.
Jeez.
Jiminy, Brian. Anyway, I'm going to put that in and get it warmed up.
Is there broken glass? in
No,
there?
I know she's.
No, just one.
Okay,
Just
just
one.
one. I'm just reading the ingredients.
Okay.
This looks like a good one too.
And then now, next, you could get just a big bag of kale
Should we heat
chopped
this
up.
Should we heat this up?
Oh, I gotta
I
do
was just
everything
showing the
myself.
Delalo.
Delalo.
You've wasted 2 minutes already.
That's all right. Jane, she's fine. She's got 15 minutes.
See, 15. You got it.
I'm good. I'm really good. And then I'm gonna strip this kale. And this is lacinato kale because it particularly strips
that.
well. It's just, I don't know, I love stripping this kale. And what I have to do is I'm gonna strip the whole bunch, this one big bunch. And if you haven't already chopped up in a bag, fine, but I never buy that.
You get too much spine when you get it in the bags, and
And
they feed you this.
And if I weren't doing this, I could cut these spines up and cook them, and they'd be fine. And now I need a knife. big
Got a knife. Big
I
one?
got it.
You got it.
Yep.
And the cool thing is, if I put this in like it is, you know what? I'd have long drools of kale coming out of my mouth. So I need to chop.
Now be careful. No, don't go too fast. I don't want anyone chopping fingers.
Yeah, we just saw a show.
Brian?
Someone got their finger chopped off, and this is making me think of it.
I know. We watched a show on TV. What's it called again?
Boy swallows you.
Boy Swallows Universe.
Okay,
Scary show.
so
No,
Someone got their finger cut off.
ready? So I am going to.
Where's this going?
Jane, this is now going to go in my water.
Your pasta water?
Pasta water.
So okay, I'm so used to cooking.
And now
it's funny. I cannot.
I'm going to put my pasta into the water with the kale.
Now what kind of, did you already talk
I
about
told
what kind of- you told them?
Banza.
This is the rotini made from chickpeas by Banza. I got it at Whole Foods. But any pasta is fine.
whole wheat.
Just so you use 8 ounces. I found if you use 16 and then do this other, that it is too much pasta. So,
Got it?
got it. How many minutes is that now?
Oh gosh, you're
You
fine.
got 3
You got
minutes.
tons of minutes.
Now,
4 minutes.
I am going to put
Maybe.
1 package of mixed vegetables. Any. The other day I did this, and I did it with artichoke hearts, which I didn't love as much because it kind of doesn't look as aesthetically beautiful as something with some color. But for the
So
cool
let's show
thing-
this to the camera here. So
The
tilt
cool-
it, turn it that way so they can see that it's 365 brand mixed veggies.
Yeah.
Okay.
But any brand, anywhere, any combination. The thing is, the tricky thing is, instead of pouring this in, that would make the pasta not keep cooking. So I'm gonna put this in a strainer and put hot water on it and melt it a little. I mean,
Thaw. She said thaw.
So you're thawing it in warm water in the sink, in a colander.
In a colander. And
We can't get that view.
I can get it.
so this is really makes a difference doing this,
It's not
because
kind
then the pasta can just keep going.
Which camera do I push, Brian?
I
And
know.
I tell you,
Don't worry about it.
I am going to win the aesthetic end because it's so beautiful. Look, I mean, these colors. It's got corn and green beans and lima beans and carrots. And I mean,
It reminds me so much of my middle school cafeteria meals.
Jane. Jane.
I'm totally joking. That's why I said that. That's why I said that.
Okay.
Because the carrots cut into squares like that, that's what it is. The peas, the
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I
That
mean?
little, yep, that little
That's
chop that you remember, but it's not that it's bad. It's
Yeah,
good.
no, it's going to be so. It's going to be a winner. So,
winner.
how much time is
Oh, you
my
got
pasta?
plenty
been?
of time. 9:35. That's tons. Just over 5 minutes in.
Well, you see, I could have slept all these nights.
Tell the camera that. And tell the camera that. It's been for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could
You're
have been
plenty of time. This is like.
I got enough time. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little, you see, Brian said it was fair to take things you had in your refrigerator. So I don't know why, but I happen to have some fresh oregano in my refrigerator. Wasn't that clever?
That's perfect.
So I am going to put some fresh oregano in the pasta sauce. And I think I'm going to put a little, I just happen to have it, onion granules and a little garlic granules, just a little shake. So just so you all realize,
So you're adding a little cha-cha to your sauce, eh?
and if you really want, you want that.
Yep.
If you really want,
So that's just to be clear, that's just regular garlic granules and then some onion granules.
and if you want really perfect pasta sauce that has just what you want in it. Jane, what book is it in? Jane.
Which
In the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook, we have a
we
really
have a fast and fresh marinara in the Brent Heart Disease, and we also have original marinara in our Be a Plant-Based Woman Warrior book. But there's plenty of books out there because we can't sell our own stuff on SSM Foundation.
Oh, well, I'm just saying,
That's
so
all right.
this is, I would have done it. I would have done that, but I didn't think I'd have enough time.
You clearly have
Woo!
no time to do all sorts of stuff, Mommy.
I know.
This is like the 5-minute
Oh.
meal.
Well, then my other thing I can't decide, and Brian told me that he didn't think, you see,
Let's take a vote. You can
Wait,
vote. Which one?
okay, I thought, well, I could add a can of beans to this too. I mean, then it would just be a crazy everything in here in one pot, you know? I mean, I'm crazy about one pot meals. So Brian said he thought that garbanzo beans would go well with pasta, but I don't think so.
Garbanzo. Are you from
Didn't you say
Cleveland?
that?
You said Banza.
It's like banjo.
Garbanzo.
No, you know what? Isn't Bonza? It's
Those of us from the
bonzo beans
Chickpeas.
and garbanzo beans and banza pasta or bonza pasta.
no, you can't
Please,
call them.
You guys, it's my turn.
Okay,
Chat
sorry.
in the chat. What do you say? Chat. Let's say is it bonza or
But I'm
banza?
thinking that kidney beans would be really nice and pretty and they kind of pop. So, or maybe I won't do any beans. I just am not sure.
Ask them what they think.
I mean, what do
Are
people
you asking
think?
for a vote or
What do
I
you
like.
think?
Someone says I
With
like
beans?
cannellini beans.
I was thinking cannellini, but you know what? I had to have what was in my cupboard, and only these were in my cupboard.
All right, I would use chickpeas or.
Brian,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Do whatever
That's
you
what
want.
Brian says. So maybe we'll just forget it. How I want to check. I'm gonna go just
No,
check.
I like that you said that because now I realize that the bonza pasta is after garbanzo bean. Garbanzo, isn't that what it's called? Bonzo? I
Really, that's where the name comes from?
Well, where's the box? Yeah,
Did we already throw it away?
I took it to the fire.
All right.
Yeah, bonza.
And remember, you can't call garbanzo beans chickpeas anymore because that's not politically correct.
Yeah,
Call
why
them
not?
garbanzo beans. Just chicks.
So
It's derogatory.
What's that?
this is my pot because I want everything to be gorgeous. And my pasta sauce is looking nice and warm. And so into my pasta sauce, I'm just going to put some fresh oregano.
Want to try that?
Is the pasta ready, Brian?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, how's my timing?
Oh, so much time. 5:28.
Oh my God! I forgot. Wait,
Wait, she's got to pour veggies in.
I'm putting my veggies in.
I turned it off for you though.
So she had to pour the vegetables in to warm them.
All right. There, the vegetables are in. And now I do want to have some thoughts. I can't decide whether to put the pasta sauce in with the pasta and stuff, or should I have people put it on separately?
Now that's Italian style. I know, like true Italians, when they cook their pasta, they put it in with the sauce and mix it in and cook it in a little bit.
I've heard it called it's a marriage. They marry it.
Oh, it's a marriage. I like that. And so that's a good question. What would you do, Jane?
Well, I think since Anne's kind of, am I off screen? Sorry.
Anybody want to ask me? Because what I think,
We need to give you space.
what I have done in the past is mix it, but then I feel I don't have enough. So I'm sort of thinking to put it on separately, but I'm just saying, I know that's yours, Jane, but I'm going to have some of
That's
it
right. We're all going to put a little purple in.
because I just so you know, into everything I cook, I just put a little bit of chopped. Jane thinks I'm taking
You know, Paul, you love you back.
Hers.
Love you back.
but
That's
I'm just
okay. I
going
can get it on the camera.
I'm just going to put a little bit of
You know, I
this.
don't mind that you put that in. Mom.
Is that okay?
Totally.
Okay,
Totally.
here we go. I'm going to dump this in the sink. I hope it's going to go into the colander.
Here.
Wait, let's put a colander in there. Don't pump it down.
No, we didn't have a colander in the sink. And just dumped her dinner.
Woo!
I wish you could see the steam. How can we switch cameras? Can you go over there?
No,
Rising?
it's too far
Wait.
away.
The steam rising. I'll get that.
All right. So what she's doing is she's now straining it. She's got all the kale and the pasta and the
Now, here-
frozen vegetables.
And look, here it goes. Isn't that? Look! Woo! Oh, it's just
If you put
spectacular.
it here,
Wait a
people can
minute.
see
Wait a
it.
minute. Where's my total? Let me. Can anybody see how?
Yep, they can see it.
I mean, isn't that crazy? It's so easy. It's so many things.
Remember, the last step is we've got to get it into a bowl and organize it in some beautiful way.
Well, Brian, you're so good at that.
No, you
No,
got to
it's
do
yours.
it.
Well, I need a spoon.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm so pleased.
Oh, all that sleep you
I
lost.
could have been sleeping 3 nights.
That's good. Don't go too far. The
Oh.
aesthetics are perfect. Look
Is
at
that
that.
good?
That's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Mommy, that is really pretty.
Wait a minute.
Now, how are you going to put the sauce on? I'm interested to see how you're going to spread the sauce on to make it look really beautiful.
Well, I'm thinking, Brian, I'm thinking, you should put the sauce. You know, I'm going to taste the sauce.
You got 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Mommy. You're kicking
Yep.
booty.
2 minutes. Yeah, I like that. Around the outside a little bit. That's cool.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah. How about some fresh oregano on top?
That's what I'm thinking.
Brian, you're setting her ahead.
I know, it's
She's gonna
beautiful.
win.
She's done a beautiful job.
If only I win.
If we move it to the center here, they can see better. Perfect.
All right. Wait,
So
where's my pot? Where's my pot?
All right, just move it back there. Just get it out of the way.
who's next, Brian?
You are.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, I'm gonna close it out because I'm the least published cook here. So
But
I'm a little nervous.
But
that-
you're the best of us all. Come on, Brian.
By far.
Brian prepares these dishes that he brings to the table, all done.
How about some nutritional yeast, Ann? Would you put
Oh,
nutritional
yes,
yeast?
that's totally what I was.
So
gonna say.
let's talk about what nutritional yeast is, just to remind people.
I can't decide. I want to make it aesthetically nice. I don't
Dump
want
the
to.
rest back in there, or you can use it all.
See, that's the difference between Brian and me and why he's such a good cook, because he only puts half of what he has
There we
in
go.
his hand, and I put it all.
Gorgeous.
Okay, we're going to send Ann packing
Look.
and all her stuff. Oh, 34 seconds,
33
Mommy.
seconds.
Mommy,
33.
seconds.
Ann was so nervous; she lost sleep. I can't believe it. All right, Shane, what do we need to get out of the way? for?
Okay, the deck is kind of cleared, but I think, Mommy, you did a beautiful job. can we just take a quick look at hers up close before I go on to mine? And will you show the camera yours, please?
Well, I put it over here, but we already.
Oh, you did?
We did.
Yeah,
Oh.
we did. We have to hold it up to that camera.
Ooh-wee. Ooh. This is
There
hard
you
to
go.
find. There you go. All right, Ann. That looks darn yummy. All right, I've got my competition. to
So
head-
remember our criteria: aesthetics, nutritional variety, and ease. All right. So we'll wait till the end to do the judging. All right, Jane.
Here we go. Okay.
Hold on. I have to start the clock here. Ready, go.
Okay, I am decided to do something because I knew that Ann was doing pasta and Brian's going to do a different grain. I won't give it away. I wanted to do something with rice, and I knew that a rice cooker couldn't do within 15 minutes. So can you come like that? So I know that some people who don't have rice cookers.
I'm not sure if this is within the rules,
You guys gave me the thumbs up with this, so don't.
Yeah.
Okay, don't know it's easy. Can I have my plate? This is there's a couple brown rices at Trader Joe's, and they have a brown rice, an organic brown rice, and then
Here.
they have this medley, which is
will you show
the
it?
rice
Show it to the
medley.
camera over there so people can see it.
It is brown rice and red rice and black rice. So 3 different plants there. If who's counting?
This
And-
isn't
Yeah.
fair,
So
you
let's take a
cooked
look
it
at
already.
let's take a look at the ingredients though, just to be sure. Cooked whole grain brown rice, cooked whole grain sweet brown rice, cooked whole grain red rice, and cooked whole grain black barley. So that's a clean product, as we say, though we don't like to use the word clean.
Yeah. Okay. It's a product we're interested in eating. So we have our beautiful mixed grains, and
So did you zap that in the
and
microwave?
microwave for 3 minutes.
So she microwaves it for 3 minutes.
And while it's cooking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some tempeh with.
Now, note how she's covering it.
I
because
can find
It's
my-
so important.
So I don't like to get scared of my tofu and my tempeh wrappers, and you don't have to like you're going to throw it away. So you can just tear it apart.
Yeah, I never
Just
can
got
open it, so this is so nice to see how.
So I'm just going to cut these into cubes.
Jane, I
And-
think you're going to be faster than I was.
Oh dear, Apple. That would be a compliment to be cooking with you for all these years. Okay, so this is our cube tempeh, and I want to have the tempeh have sort of a luster to it, and luster comes from cooking it with some tamari.
Say, is that a caraway pan?
It is. So there's some tamari. This is about not even a quarter cup.
Anne was so amazing this year. She gave us a caraway pan, which for those of you who know, this is like the ultimate in nonstick pans. People often ask us, oh, what's your favorite pan? And we used to kind of say, any good one that's got a nonstick coating.
And then I have a little maple syrup because it adds a luster. About 2 tablespoons. Is that about?
Yeah.
It's about.
We're not sponsored by Caraway, by the way,
Or maple syrup.
or maple syrup.
Well,
And then
oh,
I want to cook you. And then I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste. This, or if you have ketchup, that's fine. But this adds a little umami. And then I'm going to add my tempeh cubes. And I'm saving time, so this pan is a bowl, and it is a.
Can you review what you put in there again?
I put in tamari, like soy sauce, and a little bit of maple syrup and some tomato paste. I'm going to go over here and have it cook. And while it's cooking, I'm on this. While this is cooking, I'm going to make a sauce. I'm going to make a peanut sauce. And the peanut sauce, I'm going to have a couple ingredients. And they start with a warm water, half a cup of warm water. Actually, whatever amount you want to make. Can you hear me over here off the side?
Yeah.
Whatever amount you're going to make is the water matches the amount of peanut butter. So I've got half a cup of water, so I have half a cup of peanut butter. If you want to use a defatted peanut butter, which is called what? PB2 Pure.
PB2 Pure.
You can do that. So you get a half a cup of peanut butter. I like to put the water in there first because it makes it not stick as much. It kind of comes right out.
That's a cool trick.
That's a little hack I've
Now,
learned.
of course, we're going to get questions about
Yeah, you can.
this
use
being,
PB2 Pure is a way to do it with heart disease.
if you have heart disease and you're worried about nut butter, then use PB2 Pure.
Not PB2. PB2 Pure has no salt and no sugar added.
Oh, Brian, you got me some ginger today. Here.
I did.
And so then we need a teaspoon of ginger. This is in Ireland they call it tom of ginger. And so what it is I can chop this. A thumb is just like about a thumb amount of ginger, and I'm gonna need a teaspoon of it. So I think
Is that a left-hand knife?
Supposedly it is.
Supposedly it is a left-hand knife. I think we might have been sold.
No. It was a gift of a left-hand knife. So we were given a gift. Maybe no. I'm sure it was.
I'm sure there's actually a
Intended.
difference.
So I'm just trying to get this diced up really well. And after this, I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of tamari into my to-be peanut sauce. And checking on my.
That's just the water.
How's my tempeh doing?
It's not even simmering yet. We're good.
Is it on?
Yep.
Okay. My tempeh with its
You
luscious
have
sauce.
9 minutes left.
Hooray. And so in this teaspoon goes, I'm assuming it was a teaspoon I should have measured, but I didn't. And now I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of tamari. 1, 2. And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Where'd that go again? Here it is. Whoop. 1. Someone gave me this maple syrup as a gift. It was so generous of them. 2 of these from pure maple syrup from Brandon. I can't see it. Okay. Now rice vinegar. 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. A perfect peanut sauce has like the creaminess of the fat, and it has a little bit of heat, a little acid, a little sweet, a little salt. It's got every flavor in your mouth. So oftentimes after you've had a meal with peanut sauce, you're not craving anything else because all of your tongue has been satisfied. Woo! Like people who make gado-gado, which is that Indonesian sort of great things, mix of your meal. I had a lime in there. Where'd my lime go?
No.
You see a lime?
No.
I had a lime.
No.
Is there a lime? Anyone see a lime?
Uh-oh.
Here, half a lime?
There we go.
Oh, you know what? Here it is. Here, it was already in the thing.
That's cheating.
Well, I used it this morning. Can you close the door, please? So we need 2 tablespoons. 1, 2. Perfect. Okay, and then a little cha-cha pepper flakes. Remember, it's the heat, acid, fat, sweet. So now I'm going to take my immersion blender. Step back, and you have a nice sweater on. And I can make my sauce.
Wow, Jane.
Okay, so that looks like it's pretty done. And this immersion blender is kind of cool. I can just take this and put the lid on and put it away till it's time to eat. But I think we're going to eat pretty darn soon. So, how's my
It's good.
what's happening with the tempeh is that the soy sauce and the other liquids are starting to cook off. When they cook off, they cling to the tempeh itself. And you could have used tofu. And speaking of options, my mom and I the other day were at the store and we saw not just tempeh and not just tofu. Do you remember the name of it?
It wasn't either.
It was called, where is it? Here it is. It was called Pumfu. Pumfo. Pumfu.
No, F-U.
It's made
What do you
with
think I said?
Not
Sorry.
F-U.
pumpkin. It's made with pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, PM.
P-U-M.
Oh my gosh, PUMFU, which means pumpkin tofu. It's made of pumpkin seeds, which have an extraordinary amount of protein and an extraordinary amount of clearly sort of fat within it because it can make
Jane,
that
just so you
texture.
know, 6 minutes left.
Alrighty. So I think I hear my tempeh is done over there and my
Your rice?
my rice. Can you see? Is it done? Beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep. Yeah, everything is done. Okay, so I am going to take here's my tempeh. Can you kind of see it still cooking in there? Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, so I'm gonna put a bed of greens, arugula. What are you doing, Am?
I'm checking it out.
Too hot? You okay?
No, good.
Is that okay? Okay. And I really am excited about, I love purple cabbage. Pardon me. And so I have my 3 different rices, purple cabbage, what's this called? Arugula, and then tempeh with kind of almost a teriyaki. I didn't have ginger.
Whoa!
And
Jane!
then my peanut sauce, pardon me, which I'm going to simply ladle on top. Drizzle, 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 drizzle,
Drizzle it on the
drizzle, drizzle,
venison.
drizzle. Yeah, I can drizzle on the whole darn meal. This is just my absolute fantasy of a meal. And what's my time? Oh, 4 minutes left. Woo!
Is that it?
That's it.
Wow. It's impressive.
All right, Bry Guy.
I'm stressed.
Let's clear the deck for Brian.
I'm stressed. All right, yeah, we got to clear the deck here because an artist cannot work with a busy workspace. It needs to be cleared.
Do you want? I would almost donate my red cabbage to you because it's so pretty. How about that? I'll give you a little bowl of it.
Oh, perfect. I could use that.
Okay, I'll get rid of all my things. Clear the deck. Just put it behind me here.
Okay. All right, I got to reset here. So you had 4 minutes left. So we could actually probably, if we really pushed it, we could do this competition in 10 minutes.
Well, then
Almost, it
5.
seems. All right. All right, here we go. So I got to bring over mine here.
Here, I'm gonna clear off the area for you. Clean work surface is key.
Okay, so Jane and I have a favorite meal. Now, as you may know, we have 3 kids, and right now 2 of them are off on their own. They're out of college, and we have 1 who's in her final semester in college. And so we are essentially empty nesters. So a lot of the time, it's just the 2 of us, or when we go next door or have Ann and Essie over here, it's really nice, of course. But a lot of times, you know, during the week especially, it's just the 2 of us. And
Did
many
we
of you
reset?
know.
Did we reset?
Yeah, I haven't hit it yet.
Oh.
I was just talking. So a lot of times when we first, when it's just us, we keep things pretty simple. Even though Jane and Ann have written these incredible cookbooks with all these amazing and beautiful recipes. As you all know, if you follow Dr. Doug Lisle, he often talks about, the motivational triad: pleasure-seeking, pain avoidance, and conservation of energy. And so when it's just the 2 of us, Jane and I really are pretty lazy. We just want to throw something in a bowl and not have to think too much about dinner, just because talking about food and obviously producing food for Jane is such a big part of her life all the time. And so I'll go ahead. I better start this just to be fair. So
If you're ready
we
now.
really try to create meals that are really simple. So this is my favorite, and this is a standard in our house. In fact, I would argue some weeks we eat this twice in a week. And this is what we call our beans,
Grits, greens, and beans.
Grits, greens, and beans. And so first off, it's all about keeping it simple. So I'm not cooking beans from scratch. We love to cook beans from scratch, and we often do it. But in a
Brian's
pinch,
beans are the best.
in a pinch, we're just going to go with 365. This is the no salt added black beans. They come in one of these vacuum container situations. So just going to cut that off and just going to put it into a bowl. And I like to drain them a little bit myself. I don't like all the liquid. I like a little bit of the liquid. So the black beans are just going to go in a bowl. And then I'm going to
What do you need?
Oh, here it is. So then I'm going to take a little barbecue sauce. If you're not a barbecue fan, you can season it with cumin or with a lot of different types of things. But bone-sucking sauce, it does have some sugar in it. I'm only going to use a little bit. So I'm using about a tablespoon of bone-sucking sauce, and I'm just going to mix that up. And that you don't even have to really worry about flavoring your beans at all. It's just a little bit of barbecue sauce, that little bit of sweet. Maybe if you like heat, you might throw something in that's a little spicy.
Salsa.
But Perfect. In fact, I might like a little bit more.
Your water's bubbling over back here.
Okay. A little bit more barbecue sauce. And then I'm just going to pop this in the microwave for a minute, and then I'll go back and stir it, and pop it for another minute. So, again, your beans. Many of you probably are Instapot people where you can cook beans from scratch in 20 minutes. Go for that, but we tend to keep it pretty simple, especially when we're in a pinch. So that's our legume. Now we got to talk about what many people call our wet starch. What's going to be our core? What's going to be our whole grain? That's going to be the base of this bowl. And so what I've chosen to do, and this has become a big favorite of ours, is I'm from the South, or my mom's side of the family is from the South. And so they might call these grits. We have a good friend who got us turned on to this, and she calls them grits because she's from the South. But Bob's Red Mill, this is organic cornmeal. That's all it is. It's just cornmeal. Cornmeal. You can call it polenta if you want to be very upscale and very whole foodsy. But really, this is just grits. And so this is organic. This is Bob's Red Mill organic cornmeal, whole grain. This is the medium grind. Doesn't really matter what grind you want. So I have a cup here. And the way you cook polenta is...
Brian, you're shortcutting it, not putting it in the cup and doing that.
Oh, well, I know. I did pour it in there. So sorry about that. So this is a cup. I have a cup of polenta, of corn grits. And the ratio for making these is 3-to-1. 3 waters to 1 cup. And so polenta. And so I've got water that I turned on when Ann was cooking. So you can get mad at me if you want and say that I cheated, but I just turned it on when we first started. So we both cheated a little bit by boiling our water a little early. So this is just 3 cups of water, and all I'm going to do is get a whisk, and I'm just going to take the polenta and I'm just going to whisk it in.
That's all?
Yep.
You're not going to
It's
put it
just
on the
whiskey
stove?
business.
Yep, that's it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to season it or anything. And so
Brian,
often a lot of times recipes will say you have to cook this on the stove for another 15 minutes. I've always found that if the water's boiling and you pour it in and then you just whisk it, it goes really quickly and you don't really have to.
And what I find is sometimes I don't like being the one to make the polenta. He's so good at making it. If I do it, I leave it on and it's like volcanic. It goes boop, and it shoots me, it burns me.
Yeah,
it
it'll
slaps.
burn you. It's like this volcano if you leave the heat on, and it pops all over the place and lands on your skin.
oh my gosh, it's getting thick.
Yeah, it thickens pretty quickly. I'll see if I can switch the camera here. So you can see, it's just it's corn grits, and what I'll do is while I'm making the other stuff in the meal, I'll just set this on a warm burner. The burner's been turned off. I'll put the top on, and it'll just steam itself, and that's all you got to do. And look, that whole grain right there, boom. That's that easy.
All right.
So you put that on the burner.
When it was hot.
Yeah, if it starts to pop, maybe pull it off and just. So now we've got our beans, which Jane pulled out of the microwave. I'm just going to mix again, see how they taste. It's much better. That little bit more of barbecue sauce was awesome. I'm going to zap them again.
2 zaps of the beans.
Now I'm putting them in for 2 minutes. How's my time? As if I'm not going to get
We've
this
got a lot
done.
left. Let's go.
I know. So now is the magic part, which is with sauces. As you all probably know, it's about the sauces. Plant-based eating is really the linchpin. Sorry, the linchpin is sauce. So now what I'm going to make is a cashew-based sauce. Now, if you're trying to avoid nuts, you can use a cannellini bean, and you can use that as your base instead of the nuts. But I'm going to use one. So this is more of a plant-strong recipe. But again, the sauce is what's so important. So got my handy dandy Cuisinart that we drive it like a race car. This thing's running all day, every day. And so what you do is you get about, I call it like 1/3 of a cup of cashews. These are just raw cashews.
We've been.
It's a little under a cup. Calling it 2/3 of a cup. I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So what I'm going to do is that when you grind these things up, they get kind of they're chunky, and so just to soften them a little bit, I'm just going to run some water in the sink until it's hot, and then I'm going to put some hot water. And if I had some leftover hot water from the stove, I might pour it in here. But it just softens them up a little bit.
Does it matter how much water you add to the 2/3 cup of cashews?
I just get it so it's right over the top. And so then I'll just let that sit for a second while I'm doing other things. Now, in my bowl, I'm going to want to have some color. So I'm going to go with arugula as my grain, which is my absolute
You
favorite
mean
grain.
green.
What did I
Not
say?
your
Not my
grain.
grain, my green.
Yeah.
My green is going to be arugula, which is my absolute favorite. You'll notice that we're not being skimpy on the greens.
It's a big bed of greens.
Big bed of
baby.
greens. And so then Jane cut me. She was so nice. She cut me some cabbage, which is so nice.
Aw.
So any kind of color. Remember, it's all about different kinds of color. I've got some radishes, which I love. Oh, there's my beans. So I've got some radishes. And so I'm just going to quickly dice some radishes here just to get some color and any kind of, this is like a, radishes to me, like anytime a vegetable is a little more, has a little more of a bite to it, it always feels more healthy to me. I don't know why. Is that right? Like if it has more of a bite or a bitterness to it, then it's better for you. I always kind of assume that. I don't think it's actually true, but it sounds good, doesn't it?
Keeps the predators away.
Keeps the predators away.
Mm.
All right, so now we're gonna make the sauce. So I let the cashews sit for a second in hot water. I didn't really let them sit for very long. How am I doing on time? Oh, 6 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna pour off the hot water.
Oh,
The cashews are a little bit soft. Pour them in there. Now this is where it gets really non-specific, and I apologize for those of you who really like to know like exactly how much stuff goes into it. This is gonna drive you a little crazy. Smoked paprika, a little bit of a dash.
Half a teaspoon, I'd say.
I'd say.
Now, I've got, let's say 5, we'll call it 7 baby cherry tomatoes.
Equivalent to 1 small tomato.
Now, roasted sweet peppers. Usually we like to roast our peppers in the oven,
Don't
but
have
because
time.
this is a time challenge, I bought roasted sweet red peppers, and what I do is
Want me to do
my
it?
hand is super wet. Oh yeah, Ann, you do it. Oh, jeez.
Give up.
Ah, there you go.
Nice. So I've got roasted sweet peppers, and I'm just gonna throw a couple of those in if I can get them out. Good Lord. So roasted sweet peppers. I'm just gonna toss. Let's say,
2.
yeah, it seems like a lot, doesn't it?
It looks kind of good.
Looks good though. Yeah, we'll go with 2. So 2 roasted sweet peppers. Now, Frank's Red Hot. Depending on how spicy you like it, this is just a few dashes.
That was like a half teaspoon.
What happened to my garlic powder and my onion powder?
I
Remember?
left them right before you.
Did Jane put them away?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I put them in Anne's basket.
No.
Anne's basket.
So I need a little garlic powder and a little onion powder. I got 5 minutes.
God, I'm sorry.
That's
Brian.
no problem. Little garlic powder,
I'm going to roasted red pepper.
little onion powder, and I'm going to thin with a little bit of oat milk. Yep.
Tablespoon? Yeah, about tablespoon or teaspoon.
Yeah, about tablespoon, a little bit more than a tablespoon. A few tablespoons of oat milk just to thin it. Now this cashew buffalo sauce is unbelievable. You can eat it with potatoes, you can eat it with anything. So now let's construct here. So we've got our polenta.
Taste.
You can taste it. It's really good.
It's good.
We've got our polenta as our grain.
Woo, look at that.
Oh my goodness, Brian.
We've got our black beans, which I'm going to filter them a little bit. They got a lot of liquid in there. I'm going to sort of filter them a little bit.
Oh, you're putting them on the.
Oh, yeah, you got to have it on top of the greens. It sort of softens the greens a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Now,
I think the camera's gonna be happier looking at it this way, actually.
Now we've got our buffalo cashew sauce,
Or cannellini bean.
or cannellini bean if you want to do it that way.
Can you put some on the kiss, 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 kiss.
Oh,
Hold on. Balsamic glaze.
Oh.
Do we have any balsamic glaze? I know we do.
We always have balsamic.
I know we always have it, but where is it?
We
Well,
have balsamic glaze.
You've got 2 minutes and 58 seconds
Okay, I'm
left.
coming down to the wire. I need my balsamic glaze.
Oh my gosh, we usually have so much
I
of
know
it.
we usually have
I
so
think our
much of
kids
it.
took it to college.
Our kids took the balsamic glaze to college. That's a plant-based issue.
Brian, I can't believe it.
We don't have any balsamic glaze. I
Right.
cannot
Which is
believe
so
it.
bizarre. We always have balsamic glaze.
2 minutes left.
No problem. I'm just gonna
2:35.
I'm just going to use a little bit of balsamic vinegar just to add a little bit of color.
I got it.
Oh, Jane found it. How much time? 2 minutes. No problem. So a little bit of balsamic glaze.
Oh, so chefy.
And last but not least,
Oh, Brian, he comes up with the most amazing things.
Oh my gosh, no way.
we'll put a couple of oranges on top just to add the citrus, to get a little vitamin C in there. All right. How'd I do? 1 minute, 54 seconds left. Dun-dun-dun.
Brian, we
Wow.
all made it.
Let's see.
Here it is. Where's my, there we go.
Wow. Okay, I think we need to do a full frontal review of everything.
I feel so depressed.
Full frontal.
Okay,
Mine does not look as nice as yours.
Oh, sure it
everything
does.
looks great. Okay,
But they all do look good.
let's review. Okay, first up tonight in our 15-minute meal presentation / contest, Anne had Banza noodles with kale,
Macinato kale, a whole bunch.
a whole bag of
No, not
frozen
bag, a whole
vegetables,
bag of frozen vegetables.
pasta sauce with some seasoning and nutritional yeast.
Yeah.
Delish.
Easy.
So easy. And again, we're voting tonight
I think I won
with John
the easy
on
part.
chat about aesthetics, variety, and ease. And I have here red, brown, and black rice barley with arugula and purple cabbage. And my tempeh was cooked with sort of a kind of a luster sauce of tamari, maple syrup, and tomato paste with a Thai peanut sauce drizzled on top. I think I'm going to freshen it up here with a little more peanut sauce because it's all absorbed in, but just to get a little more votes with my drizzle action. And then Brian, oh my gosh, Brian, you did so many cool things in yours. Brian has a beautiful bed of polenta and arugula with red radish, purple cabbage, and then barbecue seasoned black beans with a buffalo cashew sauce and some orange little chefy cha-cha on
You
top.
know, Brian, the really amazing
So-
thing about Brian's dish is there is such a huge amount of arugula in the bottom,
So
which
much.
is so good.
It's like a
because-
waterbed of arugula.
Yeah.
Just
All right, so remember the criteria: aesthetics, nutritional variety, and ease. How easy it was.
someone's saying they all win. All so good. Glammy, I don't know. Everyone's going with the group. All three look good. Oh, you guys are all so nice. Everyone's
Everyone's
saying,
being so nice.
everyone's being so nice.
Anne has lost
Well,
sleep.
I'm
over this.
gonna lose sleep if I don't win some category.
You know what? I think we all need to taste everybody's. We all need to taste everybody.
Okay.
And I don't want to taste mine.
We
What?
have to taste everybody's.
Yours looks
I'm
great.
tasting Brian's. Oh, I'm so excited to try yours.
That's great, Anne.
Oh my gosh, Mommy, try that. Hold it. Get some. Oh, you have to get some tempeh.
Oh, yeah.
Tempeh.
How's the rice? How's that instant rice?
Hey, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Winner. Wow.
All right.
Oh.
John Fitzgerald, we are relying on you. You're going to need to post right now and tell us who do you think might be the winner.
Yeah, John, if you chime in, we can't tell. We're just looking at the chat right now.
I'm putting you under a lot of pressure, John. I'm looking at the chat. I'm waiting for that post.
Mm.
Joyce says all three.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
John says, and the winner is, drum roll, please. Oops.
We can't see.
Patty Jackson says, all looks delicious, but I think Brian's is a showstopper.
I agree.
I agree.
I don't know. No, I don't agree. These
You're-
are all awesome.
You're a showstopper. Look, that's the way every meal he makes is presented.
I know. So
Professional.
I am so lucky.
Oh,
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Hopefully, you realize we tried to have a little bit of fun. You can do it.
I've had no fun.
Next time it's going to be 10-minute meals
Brian-
because we've proven that we can do it.
I'm resigning.
Yes.
All right, everybody, have a great night. And the recording will be at the same link. So if for some reason you want to watch it again or share it with somebody, the same exact link you used tonight actually is where the recording will be on YouTube Live. Thank you so much for supporting the Esselstyn Foundation, and we'll keep making videos as long as you keep watching them. Thanks again.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night. Enjoy. We're going to feast right now.